everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Neil out here on the Widener range here. I'm still breaking in this new HK CC9, trying to think of some stuff to do to shoot it, just to get a good feel for it. I thought, you know, one of the things I'd love to do is shoot a dot torture, and I haven't shot a dot torture with irons in a day or two, or maybe a year or two, so this could be kind of fun.
Today's video is sponsored by Vici Tactical Belts. This belt is the belt that I wear in formal or professional attire. I really like it and I recommend it highly. It's made out of real leather with a solid stainless steel belt buckle. You can see it is quite rigid vertically, but it has good torsional flexibility, which is exactly what you want for a great concealed carry belt. Works great in professional environments, formal wear, all the way down to casual wear too. It's the belt that I wear in formal attire like a suit. I recommend it highly. Please check them out at the link below.
Now, if you don't know what dot torture is, Google it. It's actually a pretty good one. I think it was Todd Green that came up with this, and the name is very accurate. This is a torture thing. There is no time on it there. I know there are timed versions out there that some people do, but as designed, there is no time. It's basically, you use the 10 dots. You know, the original target was 10 dots on one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. We've got 10 dots around here, so I can do the exact same thing. It changes up a little bit. And one other thing that's going to change for me is I don't have a holster for this thing yet. I don't know that anybody's making them yet. I know there's a few people that are working on making them, so by the time this is out, yes, there's probably going to be a dozen places you can get a decent holster for this. I know Filster, I know Dark Star, Haven Defense, KSG, Andrew Henry holsters. I know all of these guys are all working on it right now, but I don't know that anybody have any out as of making of this. It's a 50 round drill, so you need one box of ammo. And again, it's not timed. You can add a time feature to it if you want. Most people start this at about 3 yards, and then once they pass it, you move back. And when I was Googling, looking just to confirm and see if I could remember the course of fire, I saw somebody posted that, you know, the only way to pass is to score 100% on this, meaning 50 out of 50, which I think is, that's setting the bar pretty high. I don't know too many people that can clear this at 3 yards. But I know a lot that can. I have done it multiple times. I've done it left-handed with, you know, and all of that kind of stuff with irons. I'm curious to see. I'm a little nervous because I haven't shot this gun more than, I think I put two mags through this thing now. So I'm excited to do this, see how it works out. But again, this isn't a pass-fail thing. This is a score, and it'll tell you kind of where you are at the moment. And man, I remember my first dot torture that I shot in a class years and years ago with my buddy Tim down at his range in Nebraska. And I shot like a 14 or something stupid, and it's a mental thing. It took me a year. I shot this thing almost every weekend for a year before I finally cleared it. Once I cleared it, I stepped back to 5 yards, cleared it again, stepped back to 7 and cleared it again. So it's really a mental thing. Can you stay present for 50 rounds? And it's a bit of a challenge to stay present for 50 rounds in the shooting aspect of it when you're talking to a camera. So wish me luck. Here we go. The first one is I'm going to shoot the dot number 1. I'm going to go on this side of the target, dot number 1 5 times. When I get to the holster stuff, I'm just going to start at a low ready because I don't have a holster. You know, it is what it is. Again, there's no time to this, so I'm going to, yeah, you can call me a cheater if you want. Everybody already does, so no big deal. All right. I wish I wasn't waving this gun around. If I had a holster, I wouldn't. So, 5 shots into the number 1. Let's see here. I don't know if there's any offset on this or not. Okay, so all 5 in, so that is good. I've got a 12 round mag. That's gonna mean I'm gonna be reloading a little bit here during that. We'll cut all of that out. All right, so number 2, per the course of fire or the instructions is it's a draw and fire 1 and then holster and draw and fire 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go from a low ready. Now I've got a side berm over here, so I'm just going to go from a low ready, see my sights, take my shot, come back down, maybe reset, and I'm just going to do that 5 times. So if you are at a range that they don't allow you to draw, here's how you shoot dot torture there. All right, so I'm just going to start at that low ready with my hands, kind of like so. And here we go, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, Oh, and I threw one. Already down one. So now best possible score for me is going to be a 49, is what it is. Okay, so if you're at a range that you want to do this and keep score along the way, what I would recommend is you walk up there or you bring your target back to you. Of course, don't go down range when other people are shooting. Put a circle around that and then point it to this number 2 so you know where that one was. I've seen these shots from folks. If this is something you're going to struggle with, if you're new to this, you're going to have shots all over that paper, and to circle it and draw it to where it was will just help you get better in the long run. But I'm going to keep track here. I've got the camera and you to all keep me honest. Now, numbers 3 and 4 are going to be, again, this is drawing. It's 4 rounds of fire here. Draw, fire 1 into 3, and then transition and 1 into 4, and then reholster. And you're going to do that 4 total times. I don't have enough to even do it once, so I'm going to unload this gun like so, and go reload a mag so that we can do this here. Okay, got another mag filled up for here, so we're gonna go to 3 and 4. So again, it's a draw, fire 1 into 3, transition 1 into 4. On the 8.5 by 11 target that we see this one on, the 2 dots are side by side. Here my transition is gonna be top to bottom. We're just gonna live with it. If you are using an ass target, you could transition from like 3 to 8 or something along those lines. You know, I don't know that there's any hard and fast rules. There are rules written down, and this is kind of a sacred drill to some folks, and they get a little touchy about it. But there's a million different ways you can run this thing, and the whole goal here is to get better and measure your abilities. But I'm gonna go 3 to 4. Here we go. So that's 1. 2. Out through 1. That's 3. And that's 4. Okay, so now we're going to dot number 5. Dot number 5 is strong hand only. This is where the wheels fall off for a lot of folks, has for me in the past too. Again, I got to reload, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. Gonna walk back here with an empty gun. Oh man, the springs on these brand new guns are kind of tight, so I'll be right back. Okay, so for the sake of time here, I'm gonna use the smaller mag that I can't get my pinky on. Ooh, one-handed without my pinkies. This could be interesting. Let's see what happens. So I'm a big fan of hand in the chest. I make a fist. I think for me, the harder I squeeze my fist here into the middle gives me a little bit better grip out here, the whole sympathetic squeeze thing. You do you. You don't want to put your hand in your back pocket. You want to do 4H style with your thumb in the front pocket. I don't care. There are no rules, like I said, so it's just one-handed. So you do you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, got them all in. All right, next we go over to 6 and 7. What 6 and 7 are is it's much like 3 and 4, except for instead of draw and fire 1 and 1, it's draw and fire 2 and 2. So now I'm gonna draw and fire 2 into the 6 and then 2 into the 7. Now we're gonna do that 4 times here. So I can do it twice before I reload. I just pinched myself when I put that mag in. Yeah, okay, tiny guns. All right, here we go. From the low ready, 2 into 6 and then 2 into 7. Guess I can't do that more than once. So I'll grab another mag. All right, I've got to do that 3 more times, same thing. I don't hate this gun. One more time. All right. Empty again. Now we're going to move to number 8. Oh man. A holster would be great. And we're gonna move to 8. Now number 8 is where, if the wheels haven't fallen off already for folks, they can really fall off, because number 8 is support hand only, 5 shots. It's just like the 1 and the 5 in the course of fire. There's no drawing or anything, just go up there and at your pace, shoot 5 shots. Let me grab a mag. And as luck works out, I got the 10-round mag, so no pinky with my left hand. Let's not make this challenging or anything. All right, here we go. 5 shots, safely switch hands. Whew. All right. Now, there's lots of different things that folks do when they're shooting one-handed. One thing is where your thumb is on the gun. You can flag the thumb high, you can crush it down, you can push it forward like you're reaching for the target, those kind of things. This is a very personal thing. So when I'm shooting one-handed with my right hand, I actually am pushing my thumb forward. That's where it feels most comfortable. With my left hand, if I flag it up high, I feel like I have better control. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, there is 5. Now comes the fun. I haven't had this much fun on a range for a while. All right, so on numbers 9 and 10, this is a emergency reload kind of thing, or just a reload. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna shoot 1, then you're gonna do a reload, and then shoot the other. So it's a draw and fire 1 into the 9, reload, and 1 into the 10. The way that I'm gonna do this thing is gonna be reloading from my pocket. So it's gonna be 1 into the 9. I'm gonna reload from my pocket and put 1 into the 10. I forgot I gotta grab the other mag. So the easiest way to do is get 1 in the chamber, like so, and then put an empty mag in. So I've got 1 in the chamber, so there's a little bit of setup that you've got to do for this. Make sure you're doing it safely. So I've got an empty mag in the gun, and then I've got my full mag here in my pocket. So I'm gonna draw fire 1 into 9, and then reload 1 into 10. Not the world's fastest reload by any means. Pick that one back up, and I threw the 1 into 10, is what it is. One thing I did notice with my grip, when this gun ran dry, it didn't lock to the rear. So I don't know if that's a grip thing that I'm doing, or potentially, this gun is brand new out of the box. I didn't even lube it. So who knows, but we're gonna do that one more time. Got 1 in, I've got an empty mag. I've got my reload staged. I think you do this 4 times. It might be 3. I'm gonna say 3. If somebody did math for me, I'd be better off. All right, here we go, from the low ready. Did not lock back again. Okay, see what I'm doing though. All right. Again, if you're doing this at home and you're leaning over picking up stuff with a gun out, because like I said, I've said the holster thing enough. I beat that horse to death. However, the safety piece of this is important. The sympathetic squeeze of when you reach down and pick something up, if you aren't really sure of where that trigger finger is, then just unload the gun and lean over and pick it up. And if you have a few extra mags, this is way better than leaning down and picking stuff up. I'm not a big fan of it, but I am making a very conscious effort every time I lean down to pick something up that this is pointed down range and my finger is high in at home. All right, last one, here we go. Get staged, start at the low ready. Oh, I hate buttons. There we go. Hey, it locked to the rear. So, all right, so I've got an empty gun here. Let's go look at my work. Whew. Okay, so I cleared 1. I threw 1 on 2, cleared 3, threw 1 on 4. Cleared 5, 6, 7, 8. Line breaks count at the Widener Ranch. You get to set your rules at your range. 9 and 10 is close, but that is, yeah, that grease ring is in. So that's a 48. So the very first time I've shot this gun And the very first time I have shot dot torture with irons in a couple of years, a 48 is a good score. That is nothing, I'm not embarrassed at all. Man, I miss on camera all the time. You know, if you watch much, I've shot way worse. So you know what? This is, again, me just shooting this CC9 for the first time. Today's the first day I pulled the trigger on this thing. I've got now, what, 70 rounds through this thing. I like this little gun, man. The recoil is not as snappy as so many of the others out there. Now there's some others out there that aren't snappy either, so don't take this as Neil says you absolutely have to go get one of these, but man, you should go get one of these. They're pretty cool. I'll see you next time.